Hi, Don Southerton here. Some new technology, new cameras, external mic, and the display screen's over here, so I'll try focusing on the camera today. We also have our notes, so we'll start there. In this week's newsletter and YouTube, I look at Korean business and similar but different norms. Global business requires colleagues of different cultures to work together daily. How we see each other culturally is often based on differences, but like language, and similarities such as shared values like family. I like to focus on the latter, as differences can pull us apart, and similarities can bring us together. Particularly for Western teams engaged in all ways with Korea operations, I believe it's important for deep learning about the workplace in Korea, the 2024 and soon 2025 norms, practices, and day-to-day life. They do change, and most often we can fixate on what could have happened in the past or by hearsay or an altogether lack of understanding. The same learning goes for Korean global teams assigned to support overseas teams. They must become savvy learners in a wide range of practices, local practices. Expecting global teams to bend to Korean business norms rarely works. 2, it is also important that it causes delays and can stall a project. As I noted above, recognizing similarities is one of the most potent cross-cultural bridges. In other words, how can you relate to the nuances in communications in day-to-day life? This requires understanding and identifying local beliefs, values, expectations, traditions, and culture. These insights can help us better understand our mutual team's thoughts and expectations. Page 2. Outcomes. Although there are bound to be some friction between home and host country cultural values, a successful model follows and accomplishes 1. Awareness and appreciation of both the home and host countries with the ability to gain an insight into one's own personal traits, strengths, weaknesses, attitudes, and interests. And 2. Realization of shared values with an awareness of and respect for different cultures. Call to action. So how do we see this applying to you and your experiences working with teams from other cultures? Next, this brings me to recall a recent C-level meeting where I chatted with a local subsidiary Korean CEO. He asked if I'd share with the teams how the culture in Korea and the company in Korea and the U.S. differed from the group's many sister companies. Many Westerners were wrongly assuming and that there was a highly conforming dynamics between all of the subsidiaries in Korea. I assured him yes, and in mentoring I share that I too had experienced each company's unique culture within the group. Not only do sister companies differ, but in some cases Koreans recruited and worked in many different ways at companies within the group. In other words, just because they were working for the group, they could have been within another division for many years, and that would maybe influence how they were handling business. On parting, the CEO pointed out another key point to be shared. Over time, Koreans dispatched to support local divisions overseas came to see things differently than domestically based teams. He ended having to say, "I see things different now." Closing remarks. For this lesson, no two Koreans are alike, and for that matter, no two Americans or Westerners. Relationships matter. Things can change. Teams can change. Culture matters, so work within the culture. This is Don Southerton saying, until next time, wishing you all the best. Thank you.